So Tinder projected their dating trends for 2025 based off of 2024. So I wanted to go through some of those, and we'll see what we think.
I don't believe in all these dating apps, so. But of course, you're a product of a good
come
one.
on.
Yeah.
It
But
worked
most
with
of
Anna.
my friends met their husbands on dating apps. I don't even know how you meet in real life anymore, honestly.
Fix-ups.
Yeah, like setup.
Setups.
But like, I don't have male friends, so who am I going to set my girlfriends up with? They don't have
Right.
male friends. But,
Yeah.
It's getting harder.
Yeah.
It's
It
getting
is.
harder. All right, go ahead, Kim. Sorry.
So the number one thing was that a lot of people on their dating app wrote looking for XYZ on their profile. So they were more intentional about dating and what they actually want by using that phrase. Also, there was that whole thing last year, looking for a man in finance.
I love that. Yes,
So I feel like
love
that probably was in people's heads. But I guess people aren't kind of scared to really put out there right away exactly what they want, which I thought was interesting.
I think that's great. I mean, sometimes I think that too much information on an app can be a little bit cumbersome, because I see what Hinge and Bumble and everything are like now, and it's great. Like, you get all this information, but it also, you still don't know the person, right? So it's a resume. It's a dating resume, so they can put whatever they want, but at the end of the day, they could want something else, right? And they just know this is what
that
looks
look good on paper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, you know, for me, it's like the answer was always very simple. It's like, what are you looking for? A husband, okay?
Right.
Are you it? It's like, are you my mother, right? Are you my husband? Like, that's the next children's novel
book. Yeah.
for that. And so, like, sometimes these questions, I'm like, I hate talking about myself on those, like, prompts.
Yeah, that's
like,
hard.
it's so hard, because, like, you have to be witty,
Funny.
and you have to be interesting, and I'm just like, let's figure out, do we find each other physically attractive enough to swipe right? Because that's the first step. Then is there some sort of banter or camaraderie there via text?
Yeah.
And then we meet up in person, and then
I
that's
agree.
it.
I totally agree. The other thing was friends are playing an increasing role, kind of similar with the friends setup as we were just saying, but 60% of singles ask their friends for advice, and to 20% to pre-screen their matches to help out. So before they were saying yes, they had their friends look and be like, yeah,
I don't
looks
love that.
good.
I don't
All
love that either.
I don't love that. I really think, friends are nice to have, and it's always, you need friends, but I don't think they should get involved in your personal life. I think that what can happen there is that you lose a friendship, because you might like the person that's on the thing and they don't, and then the two end up having a bad feeling about each other. So, I mean, I would certainly share any information that you want with your friends that everybody else can know about. But I don't think they have to know intimate details, and they don't really know this young man or this
I think
woman
a pre-screen is crazy, because, like, yeah, exactly, they don't know,
Yeah.
and that should be up to you whether you're
Exactly.
attracted. But I do think, like, after a date or two, I'll show my friend a picture.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
but I
if
think dating
Yeah.
via a committee decision
Yeah.
is crazy, because
Right.
that just means that you haven't figured out how to make your own decisions
Correct.
without a popular vote effectively,
Uh-huh.
or you don't really like that person.
Right.
So it's one or the other, both of which are not healthy. And friends, I love my girlfriends.
Yeah.
They have very different tastes
That's
than
what
men
I'm saying.
than
Right.
me.
Right.
And I would never go to them for advice on, would you date this man? Because I wouldn't date their husbands. Their
Yeah.
husbands are great people, but
I
like,
agree,
wouldn't
Anna.
touch you with a 10-foot pole,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
We just have very different tastes in men.
Yeah.
And I also think the other thing, not to get a little bit cynical about it, is especially, like, I have a lot of DMs from women asking me for advice on friendships, female friendships, right? Because sometimes we get into toxic relationships with our female friends who are actually in competition with us and not
Right.
in cooperation with us. And so if you're dating an amazing guy and you've got sort of this codependent best friend, my God, the way, like, women, especially in their late teens, early 20s, are obsessed with, like, they're so possessive of their best friend,
Right.
and another girl comes into the photo, it's like, well, she's my best friend.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, like,
Yeah.
let's chill
Right.
out. But every woman has been in that situation. It's like, if your girlfriend is single and you meet an amazing guy and they're afraid they're going to lose you, of course they're going to say some shit to
Right.
fuck it up,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So, it's like, friends are great, but everybody's opinion is just that, an
Yeah.
opinion. It's a subjective point of view.
Take it
And
with
you
a
shouldn't
bit of
be
salt.
asking so much for the opinion. If you yourself have those kind of doubts, and this probably isn't the guy for you.
Exactly.
Okay, last stat is 77% of singles believe in small everyday gestures that they matter the most versus the bigger things?
I don't know. Dating to me, what kind of gestures? Somebody says good morning. I mean,
Oh, well,
what
you
kind
know,
of gesture?
like they make a dinner date for you guys on a Friday.
Oh, well, that's just a
They pick up
date.
coffee for you in the morning. Like
Oh,
small gestures.
please. Oh, please.
I think those
They
things
can't live
are
in my
important.
house. Who's going to make coffee? I mean,
As an example. Like
Yeah.
the little things.
No, I think little things matter, but I think everybody should stop watching these ridiculous rom-coms that this is all about. This is not the world. Somebody has to go to work at 7:00 in the morning. They can't come up with a little thing for you. I mean, get adult, be mature. You're going into a relationship with somebody. You see them, you can kiss them good morning or send them a text, hi, I love you, goodbye, have a good day. Or don't even say that. I mean, wait till they come home. You can bring them a glass of wine and
It wouldn't work for a lot of people, but I understand what you're saying.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm married 61
I
years.
know.
It works.
I know.
It works. You cannot baby each other.
Yeah.
I mean, this is too juvenile. And if somebody is that upset about now receiving a text, then you got to grow up. She should be busy doing her own thing during the day.
Or
he.
like that they care about you regardless of if the text is sent.
Exactly.
I think these are things that people care about very early on in a
Right.
relationship. And again, I haven't been married 60 years, but I've been with my husband, or how many years have you been with?
61.
61 years. Okay. I
haven't gotten any little things lately.
Right. I've been with my husband for 6 years now. We don't do anything that is quote unquote Instagrammable.
Right.
But I know he's there. I'm there.
Yeah.
We show up for each other in the ways that matter and maybe not necessarily ways that look cute in social media.
Right.
But again, these are things that if you're focusing on that, that's how I feel about when people get really their panties in a twist about like, he's not posting me on his Instagram.
Right.
It's like, it's not actually about the little thing that you care about. It's about the fact that at the crux of your relationship, you do not feel that he cares about you. So you're trying to, grasp onto these little things to say, well, if he only did this, then I would feel loved. Okay. But then he would do that. And it's like, well, I don't, because he
Still
can,
don't.
yeah. So
Interesting.
yeah, it's about the fact that you don't feel secure in a relationship.
And
Yeah.
you have to attend to that to yourself. That's something that's within you, and you got to figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
You can't have somebody else support you 100% in your feelings. You have to grow up. People have to grow up and be independent. And then as a couple, you work together. But everybody needs to feel strong about their selves. And then you're a good mate, really, if you feel good about
Yeah,
yourself.
because you're not asking your
Him
partner
to-
to fix you.
Exactly.